and welcome. Hi, welcome today. My name is Lorna. I'm just going to get the audio right. Hopefully that's working. We are up against the lawnmowers because it's sunny, and I just wanted to do a little yoga video on a Sunday afternoon with this beautiful magnolia tree behind us. So welcome everyone. Just making yourself comfortable, and if you like and when you're ready, I'm going to ask you just to wiggle your fingers, probably wiggle your toes, put some circles in. The clocks have just changed last night, which just means more light, which for me is a game changer. So let's bring the hands together at the heart. Let's inhale, take the gaze up, exhale down, inhale up, exhale down. Maybe dip the head a little bit this time. This time bring the feet in, inhale up, wide, create as much space as you can at the front of your body. Exhale down. Brilliant. This time with the hands, just interlink the fingers, and we're going to just come up, stretch, 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 exhale down, and again inhale up, exhale down. Great. Now this time I'm going to ask you to take one hand, cross it over to the other knee. I'll take my glasses off. Ooh, stony floor. So again, hopefully the lawnmowers aren't too much of an enemy. If I wait for a gap, it'll never happen. So we're going to take one arm up, over, let's just put a gentle twist in here. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Take your gaze down and back. Just catch something, let something catch your eye. Looking at this beautiful magnolia tree, which I love, and it only flowers for about a week. So the sun was out. I was going to do it yesterday, but it was raining. So the sun's out today, so twist. Slowly let go. Let's do that again. So when we twist, it helps us ground, feel more steady. So maybe taking a bigger twist. I'm going to really get my hand around the back of that chair. And we're not just twisting from the neck. That's easy. It's like, how can I inhale, lengthen, twist from the belly button. And on the other side. Slowly release. Hands on the knees, and I'm going to invite you to bring some circles in here. So rather than just flinging yourself around, how can we lean forward, feel and push through one foot, the other foot up to the side and back. Perhaps you might want to inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and the other way. Inhale, exhale. And remember that when we inhale, exhale, when we exhale for longer, it helps us feel more calm. It regulates our nervous system. So if you've done my videos before, I talk about the nervous system a lot and how we can regulate. So let's do this together. Just notice the floor under your feet. Notice where you're sitting in your chair, spine is long. And we are going to inhale for 4 through the nose or the mouth. You choose, you decide. Some people can't breathe through their nose. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Perhaps pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If getting to 6 is too much, scrap it and just get a 5 or get to a 4.2 or a 4.3. The workers we are wanting to lengthen the exhalation. That's going to help activate the parasympathetic nervous system. So let's build on this. Inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4. Perhaps pausing for a beat. When you're ready to exhale, exhale through the nose or the mouth. And at the bottom of that exhalation, pause, empty. Notice when you're ready to inhale, inhale. So you may notice the cool air entering your nostrils. Pause for a beat. When you're ready to exhale, exhale down. Do this one more time, in your own time. Inhale, lengthening the spine, feeling the cool air entering the nostrils. Pause for a beat. And then exhale. Lengthen the exhalation. We want to activate your parasympathetic nervous system, which is going to help us feel more relaxed. It's the opposite of anxiety, the parasympathetic. So anything we can do where we maybe bring your hands to the tummy, inhale, fill the lower belly, pause. There's more receptors and neuroreceptors in the lower belly. It's not the belly, it's the lungs actually. So let me bring the correct sides in. Yoga talks a bit of nonsense around breathing at the belly. You can't breathe into your belly. So let's inhale, fill your lower lungs, pause. So when the lower lungs are full, there's more neuroreceptors for the parasympathetic nervous system. Exhale. Continue with this for twice more. See, when people are anxious, we breathe in our upper chest, and in the upper chest, there's more receptors for the sympathetic, the anxiety, the panic. So deep belly breaths are the way to activate the parasympathetic nervous system. Okay, so letting go of that, have a little shake, have a little move. And I'm going to ask you to sit right on the edge of your chair and see if this side knee can just hang off a bit. Okay, and I'm going to ask you here to put both hands on that knee. And we're going to roll the shoulders, looking up. Inhale, exhale. Now this time dip the head, then this time inhale, perhaps up and down. This time inhale up, arms up. Open out like this magnolia. There's the next door's petrol, whatever it is, Lorna. Anyway, bring it down. Inhale. Take it wide. Exhale. And again, inhale. Exhale. Brilliant. This time, taking both arms forward and then pull back like an arrow. And then I want you to make your front hand flat. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, pull the arrow back. Exhale. Inhale, pull it back. Let it go. Brilliant. Now, if you like, stay here and lengthen the spine. And if you can, see if you can get a hold of that lower foot, sock, or whatever's going on there. It might be a bit of your legging or your trouser. So we're going to inhale. Just really have a little stretch there. Does that feel good? Does it feel horrendous? Feels horrendous? Don't do it. The other arm's going to come up. Take your gaze up. Kick that back foot back into your hand. Brilliant. Slowly release. Let's go on to the other side. Onto the other side. So we're going to let the knee hang over the side again. Knees hanging over the side. Hopefully you can hear the birds rather than the electric lawnmower, petrol lawnmower. Hands on a knee. Let them fall. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And again, inhale. Keeping the eyes open or closed, or somewhere in the middle. This time, dip your chin. When you inhale, take the gaze up. Have a little wiggle of the face, eyes, squeeze, 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 down. And again, up to the sky. I can actually see the sky. I think this is one of the first times I've done yoga outside this year. This time, arms out. Open wide. How can you create as much space as you can? And actually with your head this time, look at your fingers on one side, fingers on the other side. Breathe here. Breathe here. Great. Now bringing both hands in front. We're going to get the arrow here. Pull that back, front arm back. Ping the arrow. Twice more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now bringing this hand down and see if you can grab that ankle without falling off your seat. So we're just going to stretch here through the psoas muscle. And if you like, really kick. I want you to push the top of your foot into the inside of your hand. So it's a funny little feeling. And take that top arm up. Breathe. And slowly release. Brilliant. So sitting right in the back of your chair this time. And if you like, and when you're ready, just take in 3 powerful breaths here. So we're going to, what can you do to feel more comfortable? Aware of the sounds. Can't really ask this person to stop. Lorna. And I want you to just tuck your shoulder blades in. Tuck your shoulder blades in, and we are going to put our core on, pulling your belly button back to your spine, crossing the ankles, lifting up like flying. Take the arms up. Fly as if we're levitating. Do a Lipa song, levitating. It was just in the news. Apparently she's ripped somebody off with that, or maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Bring the arms down. Switch the ankles over. Inhale, float. Float, float, float. Pull the pelvic floor on. Belly button back to the spine. Create that space. You might want to play the piano with your fingers. And there you go. It's a long moment. Oh, it's gone off. Bringing it back down. This time leaning forward. Leaning forward. These forearms are coming just above the knees. Neck is long. Neck is long. And what I'd like you to do is put your fingertips 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 together. Fingertips together. So the pads of your fingertips, who knew? Pads of your fingertips are in contact. Toes gently push the toes into the floor, then pull them up. Push them back, pull them up. Tips of the fingers, pads of the fingers pulled together. Spine gently pulls in, pull the pelvic floor in. And I'm going to ask you now to lengthen your spine. So we're going to inhale, lengthen. Push the fingers in together, pull the pelvic floor on. Exhale, blow out for longer. And again. Really let the head hang, let the head be soft. Head be soft. And if you like, and when you're ready, letting that go, maybe let the hands fall to the floor if that's comfortable. If it's not, keep them here. If not, let the hands go to the floor. Just release, 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 release. Just beginning to work into the hips here. Remember, we hold more trauma and stress in our hips than we do our shoulders. So you might want to take the feet a bit further out. You might want to actually give your feet a rub or get a hold of your big toe. I can't because I've got my socks on because I'm on stones. And then let's open up like the sun. Open up like the sun on the first day of summer in 2025. Close it down. Brilliant. Open it up wider this time. Give your jaw a bit of a waggle. Squeeze your eyes. Inhale up. Exhale down. And for the third time, inhale up. Let those pads of the fingers touch together, stretch, 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 stretch. Brilliant. Letting the fingers interlink now. Pointing the finger up, stretch, stretch, stretch. And I want you to stretch from your armpit to your elbow to your wrist. Brilliant. And slowly bringing that down. Excellent. So if you like, and when you're ready, I'm going to ask you to sit right on the edge of your seat this time. Hands in prayer at the heart. And we're going to attempt to get one elbow towards the opposite knee. Towards the opposite knee. So I'm going to ask you here, you can keep your hands like this. I actually find it more comfortable to make a fist, so it's like a hip socket, like this. We begin to twist. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Stick with the breath, so we inhale, pause for a beat, exhale. Just making that exhalation longer. In yoga, we tend to do things in threes. Open up wide. I can feel the sun on me. My gosh, that feels good. And bring the hands together. Let's go to the other side. Let's go to the other side. Got the sun right in my face. It's been a while. So welcome to summer 2025. Breathe, pause for a beat, keeping the eyes open or closed or somewhere in the middle. The reason that I say that, and I just when I explain this, let's just bring your hands on the knees. I want you to make these circles again. Just looking at working on lower spine. Any pain, back off from any pain. Any discomfort, if you need to make yourself more comfortable. So the reason why I'll always say eyes open, eyes closed, somewhere in the middle is because, a lot of people, we dissociate when we close our eyes. We dissociate with our eyes open. Anyway, go in the other direction. You choose whichever direction you like. So in yoga classes, if people say do this, do that, don't do what they say. Do what feels right for you. I was in a class last week, and it was in a hot pod one, and it's fine. It's sort of the cocaine of yoga, to be honest. However, it does the job. It melts my fascia, and that's great. But there was going into a warrior pose, which we'll do a seated one in a second, putting the foot up at the back. I put my back out for 3 months a few years ago doing that. So you just do what you want. So eyes open, closed, somewhere in the middle. If you need to leave, you leave. If you're bored, you're bored. You need to have choice in these spaces. Okay, so we're just really sitting on the edge of the seat now. Hope this garden seat doesn't disappear. I'm taking one foot forward, and I'm going to tuck this other one. You can either tuck it in like so. You can see mine. I'm going to take it back like that. Okay, so I'm doing this seated because a lot of people like the seated yoga. So this is a nice dynamic one on a sunny day, right? So you can do this seated so it feels safer. You're not going to fall. This is also for us. I'm thinking of a lovely student I work with. A couple of lovely students I've been working with in the last week. Cleo and Michael. You'd like this one. And again, any minor adjustments. Now, rather than say I can close my eyes and just go into my brain and disappear, how can I go wide? How can I connect with something? I can see a tree, I can see the sky, I can see a plane that's probably going to America. Hands at the heart. Fantastic. Let's swap that over. One foot forward, one foot back. Let's take it wide. And create as much space as you can right now. And again, just gently turn the head in one direction, other direction. Where possible, just when the monkey brain or the chimp brain comes in, which ultimately it always does, just coming back to breathe. Cool air in the nostrils. If you don't breathe through your nostrils, lick your lips, sip it in through your mouth. A lot of trauma survivors can't breathe through their nose. People may have blocked septums through sports injuries or other injuries. Usually affects sleep. Great. So strong pause there. Excellent. So coming to stillness. Of course, everything goes quiet all around us now, which is just lovely. And what I'd like you to do with your hands is, rather than having them like this, because it's not that comfortable, can you keep your thumbs together and put one back of hand on there? So it's when we look down and we can see a triangle. So it's like a book on top of a book and the thumbs touch. Maybe experiment switching them over, keep the thumb still. Which side feels more comfortable for you? Take your awareness under your feet to where you're sitting on your chair. Notice the sounds around you now in the space. Now the sound's a little closer, maybe the temperature of your body. If you're doing this in the living room, open the window. Now perhaps you might notice when you inhale, you can notice the sound of your body breathing, of your breath. Just letting go of any counting of the breath now. Just let your soft, natural breath rolling in, rolling out. We breathe 22,000 times a day. It's an unconscious process. So take one now that's consciously deep. Take the deepest breath you've taken all day, and then let that go, returning to softness. Letting the shoulders fall away from the ears, tongue comes away from the top of the mouth, eyes are soft. Imagine a cool breeze at the back of the eyes. Just beginning to notice, what do you need now to stay well for the rest of the day? What do you need to stay well, to prioritize yourself, your well-being? Just where you are right now, just bring to mind maybe 10 things that you're grateful for right now. I'm actually just going to open my hands so I know I've got 10 fingers, so I'll just put a little wiggle in each one. So just noticing, bringing to mind 10 things that you're grateful for. It can be the slightest things. You may notice if the 10 things happen quickly, or if we're struggling for the 10 things. Let go of the 10, just see what happens. You may go over, go under, it doesn't matter. It's the tiniest things that you may be grateful for right now. And bringing to mind somebody who you love, who you respect, who's very important to you, that relationship, that friendship. And breathing deeply into your heart. Just bringing that person to mind, and in your mind's eye saying, thank you. Just letting that person go, and then letting somebody else come in who is important to you, who may have been kind to you, who keeps you going, who you trust, who you love. That person may be with us or not with us. So just connecting with your heart, and in your mind's eye, deeply inhale gratitude for that relationship, and exhale thank you. Then maybe someone who you're not as close to, but you're still grateful for that relationship. It might be just someone you see in the street. I see somebody outside a Starbucks, I'm going to give this to, where I work. I have no clue who his name. I've actually seen him there for about 15 years. I'm sending this to him. I even know what he has to drink. He's a nice guy. I'm going to send that person some love, and I'm grateful for that familiarity that person gives me. Exhale. Now coming back to ourselves, being grateful to ourselves for doing this practice today, for taking part in this self-care. Just being grateful for ourselves, noticing what we need today, practicing good self-care, whatever that might look like. Now bringing the thumb and first fingers together, or the fingers can just be soft. And you may say this out loud or in your mind's eye. May we be healthy and happy. May I be healthy and happy. May you be healthy and happy. And repeating this mantra to ourselves. I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am fearless. Join me. I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am fearless. And just internalizing that to yourself. In your mind's eye, repeating, I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am fearless. I'm going to add one more element to that. If you'd like to join me, you're welcome to. I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am fearless. I am energized. I am powerful. I am peaceful. I am fearless. I am energized. And if you like, and when you're ready, slowly beginning to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, maybe sit back in the seat a bit and take the biggest stretch and breath you've taken all day. All day. And thank you for joining me today. That was great. If you've got any questions, just put them below. And I look forward to working with you again soon. So enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I'll put this off on the stony floor as I hobble over. That's great. Bear with me. Okay, bye.